Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie. This is Wrestling Color Podcast right here on YouTube. Go ahead and thumbs up the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, get into all of my content. Coming up on 300 videos, which is actually crazy. It's just something I like to do in my free time. And the fact that I amassed over 300 subscribers is really fucking cool. Really, that you're willing to at least listen to the first 10 minutes of my podcast. I'm trying to keep those under that because I can sit here and do 2 hours with no problem. I literally run clinical therapy. And speaking of which, those are going to be new segments. Like right now, let's have a little bit of therapy. So, jocking in pro wrestling. With the Pro Wrestling Podcast, I have a podcast, you're listening to it. And I'm not really the type to sit here and berate wrestlers. If you look at my content, I actually would like wrestlers to unionize. But that's another conversation for a different day. And if they do unionize, now's the time. Here's the thing. Now that I think about it, what is her name? Selena Vega took up Gabrielle Carteris's, who's the president of SAG at the time, because I think it's Fran Drescher who's the president of SAG now. Had she took up her offer back then and joined the SAG as an actress under the wrestling, kind of genre, all of the wrestlers would be on strike too. Isn't that fascinating? But that's not what we're here to talk about. So we're here to talk about shock jocking. So I feel like everyone has this idea that if you can't take verbal abuse and emotional abuse, then you're a pussy and you're sensitive and you're stupid and you're quote unquote woke, which by the way, that's not what woke means, but that's another conversation for a different day. And we can't say what we want to say because back in the day, we used to do what we want to do. First of all, back in the day, there were censors, and back in the day, you couldn't do what you wanted to do, and let alone say what the fuck you wanted to say to people. So I don't know where this narrative is, where everybody's like, I can say what I want to say back in the day. No, back in the day, you could not. So that hasn't changed. Boundaries are necessary. Boundaries are necessary in life. If you don't have a boundary, you will injure yourself and others. That is what that is. And I've noticed more and more in pro wrestling, specifically with the podcasting world, there are no fucking boundaries. Everyone thinks that they can get a mic and say what the fuck they want to say without consequence. Maybe I can do that because I only have 380 or so subscribers. But when you're moving into the 150,000s, maybe the 500,000s and the millions, the things that you're saying are going to be picked up faster. And this is what I say to my clients when I run clinical therapy groups. If you're going to say something, stand in that shit. But make sure whatever it is that you said makes fucking sense. Okay? Because if you're going to be inflammatory and stupid and people call you on it, do not do this manipulative tactic called gaslighting. And what is gaslighting? First of all, it's probably one of the worst and most abusive manipulation techniques you could do. But gaslighting is making someone feel crazy about something that they just experienced with you. Example, if you tell someone, you know what, I think you're fat and you need to lose weight, and that person is offended, and they're like, why would you say that to me? Why did you always tell me I'm fat? And they're like, no, I don't. I say that you can lighten up what you're eating. And it's like, no, you're not. You told me I was fat. And this goes on and on and on till the person literally questions their reality because you've made it to the point where they don't fucking know what's real or what's fake. Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi cut her hair this past Friday in a lovely vignette. If WWE don't do nothing else, they're going to give you a cinematic masterpiece in the vignette. WWE knows how to move your heartstrings with them damn vignettes. I remember back in the day, okay, I go sound like an old lady. They used My Sacrifice by Creed as one of their pay-per-view themes, and they would put that song to like an injured wrestler or something walking off, showing audiences in slow motion, and then you hear, when you are with me, I'm free, and you just elicit that emotion. This is what Shotzi Blackheart was bringing across when she shaved her head. Now, what's the story? Damage Control, which is Bailey and Io Shirai, going nuts. They caught Shotzi in the back, beat her up, cut her hair. Now, I said, damn, they not cutting the weave, they cutting it to the bone. So they cut her hair to the bone. She comes back because Bailey just got through with a quick match. She pulls out the wig, the ponytail out the briefcase that Io Shirai's carrying around, and she's playing with it. And on the screen behind her is Shotzi, and Shotzi's like, you know what, you're not running this, I'm running this. Playtime's over. I'm about to come and fuck you up. That's essentially what she said while she was shaving her head. Now, here's the controversy. I did not know Shotzi had an identical twin sister. And guess what? I don't have to know that, because I'm just simply enjoying the wrestling product and whatever Shotzi is giving us. I thought it was cool. Let's see what happens and let's see where this goes. But when you're a shock jock, you have to complain about every fucking thing. You have to make everyone who doesn't agree with you seem like a fucking idiot. And you call them fucking idiots and dumbasses and pussies and sensitive and all of this fucking charged ass, let's be real, right wing verbiage to get your point across, and it's unnecessary. But there's people that like that. It's actually called sadistic, and that is when you get pleasure out of other people's discomfort. Too many people on the internet enjoy running people off the net, getting pleasure out of others' discomfort for their gain. And there's a special place in the hot area of the other realm that is for these type of people. So here's the issue. Somebody went and told that Shotzi's twin sister is battling cancer. It's a bowel cancer that she's in getting chemotherapy actively right now. They caught it early, so hopefully they can knock it out. So Shotzi went ahead and shaved off her head so she could be in solidarity with her sister. Did she put that out? No. What she did say was she posted a Instagram that basically said, my sister's my inspiration. That was it. This guy, the shock jock, decided to go on his platform and give it to you just as raw and ignorant as fucking possible. Okay? What is it? Oh, it's a stupid ass fucking storyline. This is Vince McMahon. This is fucking dumb, and she's fucking stupid. No one gives a fuck about her, and whoop whoop whoop. And then people are like, well, wait a minute. It's more to it than just that, because wrestling art does imitate life. He couldn't handle it. This shock jock got to double down, like most fucking clueless geeks. She wanted to do it. Do you know her personally? That's funny. Do you know her personally? Were you in the damn writer's room with her and Vince and whoever else? I say Vince because this guy has it in his mind that Vince McMahon is running the damn show. Because anything that's terrible is Vince McMahon. But if it's real good, it's Triple H. Quiet as it's kept. Triple H isn't that great of a booker. Especially if you watch NXT Back and Go. The fact that Bianca Belair didn't get that strap says a lot. Anyway. So I'm not really understanding why that statement was made. Do you know her personally? You don't know her fucking personally. Matter of fact, you don't know any of these goddamn wrestlers personally. From a hole in the wall. Especially when you're the type of person that says Alexa Bliss can't wrestle. And I do agree. She is a lackluster wrestler. But I wouldn't say that she's a terrible fuck. She can't wrestle. She wrestles like she fucks. says that? Alexa Bliss queefs in your direction, your dick's gonna get hard. That's called projection. She can't fuck. Really? Or the last situation that took place with the shock jocking between Jade Cargill and this guy. She said, damn, I heard you wave from your mother's basement. Calm the fuck down, Mark. Badge of honor. Once you give them any kind of fever, they take it and run. Britt Baker said to him, you've been pushing this narrative for months. Nothing to do with the character I play on TV. You don't know me. You have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. You could judge the wrestler you see on TV, but not the person behind it. Because this guy keeps saying Britt Baker is like a fucking bitch. He says the same thing about what's her name? Becky Lynch. She's a bitch. That's why no one else can get ahead, because she's a bitch and she's taking all of the limelight. As if someone's not booking this woman into, into where she's at. Jay Cargill went on to say, better insults like what? Like, I'll buy your whack ass podcast in real life? Don't fuck with my coworkers. It's 11:44 a.m. on Sunday, and I wake up to you trashing on shit on some I wake up to you trying to shit on someone. Don't shit on anyone when I doubt your ass can do a pull up on your best day. And that's what she told him. And I'm glad she told him that. Someone said, AEW star Rebel. She went on to say he's not a victim. Opinions on one thing. This is not about singular post. He has a history of insults, false accusations, defamation, slander, and libel. Enough is enough. And guess what? Sonny Kiss, who unfortunately has been on TV forever, but I do have a remedy for that if anybody is interested on that next podcast. He went on to say, that's what I'm trying to say. He's upset that someone clapped back at something rude he said. Like, honestly, it was about time. Hilarious that he's trying to play victim now. What happens? Oh, man, everybody's jumping on me and I don't know what I said, and that's not right. Gaslighting. Listen, I will say this. I hope the storyline goes well with Shotzi Blackheart, and I can do nothing but commend her. Commend her for supporting her identical twin sister. That's fucking devastating. I have 5 siblings, and if any one of them showed up with something like that, I probably would shave my fucking head too. I've done it 3-4 times before. I have gotten the big chop. It's just hair. But to show solidarity is something that should be applauded. I remember this same guy made the comment, and a lot of you did, when Roman Reigns had to go out in 2018, and he had to go out because his leukemia came back, and everybody's like, he's faking because when you got cancer you lose hair, as if cancer hasn't had advancements in treatment. You can take a pill now depending on your health and how far along you are in your treatment, and if you can sustain that. Everybody doesn't have to get aggressive chemotherapy. Roman Reigns went out. He went out at a time where people were hating on him. He was a babyface. Everybody was upset. You're being shoved down our throats. And people were making the comment that this is a part of a storyline and he's a liar. What kind of fucking person would lie about cancer? I tell you, those people are in jail. People who use chronic illness to solicit funds and feelings and play with people's emotions get jail time. I say all this to say, you can have a podcast like I do, but be mindful of the energy that you put into the world. Karma is not only real, but it's a bitch, and it does come back to you tenfold. I know YouTube is lucrative, and YouTube, you can make money and you can get all kind of infamous stuff going on, but I don't know how far one think that they're gonna I don't know how far, let me say this, I don't know how far you think you're gonna go by being absolutely inflammatory and unbearable on the internet. I don't know how far you're gonna go with that. I don't know. This guy, he has a job, I guess, doing commentary for another wrestling promotion, but he act like he's above reproach. Everyone could be corrected. And I would hate for someone to run up on this guy and knock him the fuck out. He has videos where he was with this other shock jock and they're running up on, Ryback, and Ryback had to check him. Like, let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't fucking know me. You don't have to like my opinions, but I will fuck you up. Like, this is what y'all not understanding. I don't know Seth Rollins, Colby Lopez, but I'm sure if you cross him up in Iowa at his coffee shop, he's gonna fuck you up. Y'all don't know Bobby Lashley. He seems like a laid back type of guy, but I'm sure if you say something crazy about Bobby Lashley and his family, he's gonna fuck you up. Back in the day, wrestlers literally fucked up fans for talking shit to them. Just this past Dark Side of the Ring, Junkyard Dog, although he was in the wrong because he was fucking this guy's wife, he fucked the guy up. Stop being hateful and sadistic on the internet so you get clicks and views. These people have real lives. They have real lives. Someone has cancer. This woman is in pain. This is how she expressed it through her art. Don't be such a fucking idiot and so damn disrespectful so you could build your audience. I'm telling you, it's going to bite you in the ass. It's going to come back around and bite you in the ass. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Hit me up later.